In this 3-step program, I'll show you exactly how I tear through tough topics like Bayesian thinking, and by the end of this video, you'll know how you can retain more, learn faster, and finally conquer that intimidating reading list. Let me be specific. Last year, I managed just 12 books in total, but in the 2 months since I built this system, I've not just read, I've fully absorbed over 20. For each one, I have a clear set of notes and a working understanding I can actually use. And to be clear, I'm not talking about flying through John Grisham novels. I'm applying this to the tough stuff, from neuroscience of willpower to complex biology of the gut-brain connection. Now, imagine sitting down with a text as dense as Einstein's theory of relativity and not just finishing it, but genuinely understanding the core concepts. That ability to systematically digest incredibly difficult material isn't a superpower. It's now within your grasp. And the way we unlock that ability is with a simple 3-part framework. Let's start with the first step. Step 1, read it like you mean it. So step 1 happens before you read a single word. You are going to do 3 things, and fast. First, set a sharp intention. Grab a notepad and write this down. What is the one thing I must understand after reading this? Be specific. Are you here for a quick overview, a deep understanding? Whatever. This decides your entire strategy. Second, map the terrain. Spend 60 seconds scanning only the headings, bolded text and diagrams. This tells your brain what to pay attention to and cuts the mental workload in half. Third, gauge the difficulty. Is this a sprint or a marathon? Just by acknowledging its dense text, you automatically trigger more focused, patient mindset. You've told your brain, we're going in deep, and it listens. This isn't just prep, it's cognitive load management. You're clearing the mental deck so that your brain isn't overloaded by decoding comprehension, memory, and attention all at once. So step 2, build your focus fortress. Your brain can't fight distractions and digest complex ideas at the same time. You have to eliminate the flight. First, go nuclear on distractions. Put your phone in another room. Close every single browser tab. Your focus is so sensitive that even a silent notification reduces your comprehension. Second, claim your soundscape. Now, I need to be honest with you. I live in a house with Croatians. They don't know the meaning of quiet conversation. And when they're talking, the only place I can read and digest is in my shed. The principle is this. For tough material, you need to find your shed. It might be a library, I don't know, quiet cafe corner, or just noise-cancelling headphones, but you must claim a bubble just for your focus. Now third, set a focus block. Don't just read until you get distracted. Decide how much you're going to read in advance. For normal material, probably 25 to 30 minutes is okay. But for difficult conceptual texts, 45 to 50 minutes. I use a timer. It liberates my brain by telling it, for this block, this is your only job. It works really well. Number 3, hands-on reading. For years, I read technical texts only to find that my eyes had glazed over and my mind was 3 paragraphs ahead, comprehending nothing. Does that sound familiar? This is passive reading. Your eyes move, but nobody's home. Passive reading fails because your brain is trying to juggle 4 chainsaws, decoding comprehension, memory, and attention. The hands-on method is how you catch them one at a time. The fix is to force your brain to engage by making reading a physical act. Here's the core command. Chunk the text and interrogate every paragraph. If the authors put them in there, they must be important. Don't just read. After each meaningful chunk, a paragraph, a key argument, you must pause and ask one question out loud. What did this just say? You're not allowed to move on until you can answer in your own words. This single habit will eliminate mind wandering. Now here's where I differ from most. I don't highlight or scribble in margins. I use a full-size notebook. I find highlighting text just doesn't serve me well at all. Everything I've highlighted gets forgotten, and even if I come back to it later, I still don't retain it. So my rule is simple. Write down anything that is new, surprising, or reinforces a key concept. This process of writing is an anchor for your attention. It physically grounds your comprehension. Works really well for me. I'll tell you what I find really valuable about having a notepad is if a distracting thought pops into my head, I don't fight it. I just jot the keyword on my pad to deal with it later. I've officially captured it. I can now let my mind go back to focusing on what I'm actually reading. So 4, conquer the impossible text. That's the core system, but what happens when you hit a wall? When the material is so dense it feels impenetrable. This is where you shift from a reader to a code breaker. Your strategy is a 3-pass attack. The first pass, scan. Second, you're going to go sniper. And the third pass is summarize and put a diagram in or something. So in pass 1, we're talking about just an aerial scan. Your goal is zero pressure. You're just trying to browse the headings, look at the pretty pictures, and read the captions. You're not trying to understand it. You're building a scaffold in your mind. Spend no more than 60 seconds per page. Now, pass 2, this is where you do a sniper read. Now, you're going to read very carefully, hunt for one key sentence in each paragraph. Often complex paragraphs can have single core claims surrounded by evidence and explanation. Your job is just to find that one and underline that. This forces you to discriminate between the main idea and any supporting details. So pass 3 is you're forcing some kind of integration. Close the book, take your notebook out and write one single sentence or summary of the key concept, or better yet, draw a simple diagram. Getting that idea out of your head and onto paper is what locks it in and frees up your working memory. And 2 emergency tools for when you're really stuck. The paragraph breaker. If a paragraph is mission impossible, it's overloaded, the author has failed you. But you don't have to fail yourself. Break it down in the margin, bullet point each distinct idea it's trying to convey. Never let an unfamiliar term get away from you. Stop and fully decode it immediately. Think of your understanding like a fishing net. One hole doesn't just let one idea escape. It creates a tear that gets wider with every new concept until your entire understanding is empty. My mantra: all learning is understanding the basics and the rest is easy. So 5, hack your focus. Alright, let's unlock 2 simple but devastatingly effective power-ups. These are your secret weapons against a wandering mind. So the first one, become a pointer. Your brain's visual system is hardwired to follow motion, so use it. Drag your finger along the line as you read. It feels childish until you realize it eliminates backtracking and locks your eyes onto the page. It's a physical anchor for your attention. If a finger feels weird, use a pen or a ruler. This single trick will instantly boost your reading speed and focus. Power up 2, interrogate the author. Don't just read the words, put the text on the witness stand. As you read it, you need to be asking 3 really ruthless questions. First, what's your core claim here? What are you trying to prove? Second, what problem are you solving? Why should I care? And third, where's your evidence? Prove it to me. You're not a passive consumer of information, you're an active investigator. This is really hard work, and that's why taking short breaks is a core part of my day. I've learned that I can't power through for hours on end, and you shouldn't do either. In this next part, I'll show you how to deal with the times that you lose focus and stop taking it in. 6, win the mental marathon. Your brain is like a high-performance engine, and even the best engines overheat if you don't let it cool down. Pushing through cognitive fatigue isn't dedication. You need to learn to spot overheating before your brain stalls and finally stops. Learn your brain's temperature gauge. If you're rereading the same line 3 times, that's a big hint. Your eyes are glazing over as the argument slips away. You're starting to skip unfamiliar words because it's too much effort. When you see or feel these signals, your first instinct will be to push through. You really must fight that instinct. It's not the right way to go. Instead, deploy a strategic reset. Take a 90-second micro break. Look at someone 20 feet away. Stand up and stretch your chest. Take 3 deep breaths. This isn't quitting. This is a tactical reload. You're not losing time. You invest in it to protect your comprehension. For a deep work session, be proactive. Set a timer for 40 minutes. And when it goes off, take a 5-minute break. Especially if you think you don't need it, because you will. The disciplined rhythm keeps your mind sharp for hours, while the person who pushes through is lost and frustrated after 90 minutes. Okay, 7. Become a reading athlete. This final step is what turns a good reader into a reading athlete. An athlete doesn't just train, they review the data to master their craft. You have to do the same. After each session, ask yourself, how difficult was that? How long did I focus for before I drifted? And where or why did I struggle? This is gathering intelligence on your own brain. It really doesn't take long to build this concentration muscle. And it's a great feeling when you find that once difficult texts are now a joy to read. And here's your ultimate recovery protocol. After you finish reading, close the notebook and the other book. Walk away for 5 minutes and then come back and review your notes just once. This single act solidifies the learning, turning fragile new memories into robust knowledge. You'll walk away with a powerful, lasting understanding. Oh yeah. And just like an athlete's muscle, your brain does its real work of consolidation while you sleep. That dense text you wrestle with today, overnight, your mind will weave it into your mental framework. You'll literally wake up understanding it better. This is how a reading habit becomes a reading superpower. You now have the system. The power to master any complex text is in your hands. You've just learned how to master your focus for reading. But if you want to apply these principles to your entire workday and build a complete focus system that manages cognitive load, energy, environment, and attention across your entire workday, then watch my video on system focus. It walks you through the full framework I use myself and teach engineers to help them stay deeply focused for hours at a time. So let me finish with this. Distraction is the avoidance of pain. If you ease that pain, you don't need to escape.